Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to go over this limiting reactants lab gizmo through your Explore Learning Gizmos site. And so, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking at how, when you have different reactants within a reaction, how one of those reactants will end up causing the reaction to stop. And it causes the reaction to stop because you run out of that specific chemical. And that's what defines something as being a limiting reactant. So, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to answer these questions about hamburgers. So, if you go to the store and you purchase hamburgers, you purchase a certain number of burgers and you purchase a certain number of buns. So, it says you purchase 4 packages of 8 burger patties. So, each package has 8 patties. And then you purchase 3 bags of 10 buns. So each bag has 10 buns each. Now, the question is, how many hamburgers are you going to be able to make? Which ingredients are going to limit how many hamburgers you're going to make? And what are you going to have as leftovers? So the whole idea is we have reactants, we have products, and we have some kind of leftovers. Okay. You might have noticed this in your last FET lab that you did. And you can also reference the FET lab in different activities that we're doing for this week. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do after answering those questions is you're going to go to your limiting reactants lab and you're going to click on Launch Gizmo. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that H2 and O2 becomes H2O is selected. So that's what we're going to select right here. And then the small 2 and H2 and the O2 are your subscripts and also your H2O. Those tell you have 2 hydrogens in a molecule, you have 2 oxygens in a molecule, and then you have 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen in a water molecule. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and answer these questions. And if you want to, it says use the sliders to set the number of molecules of O2 and H2 to 2. So I'm going to use this slider right here, and I want to make that 2. And I want to make this one 2. And then I'm going to end up clicking play and seeing what happens. Okay. And then after the reaction is completed, then you want to see how many H2Os you form. Okay. Now for activity A, it says count. H2O is the chemical formula for water. In order to produce a single molecule of water, how many hydrogen atoms are needed and how many oxygen atoms? So this is kind of a little bit repetitive, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you to a point where you're recognizing that if I had, so in this case, I have 8 H2 and I wanted 5 O2. So let's say I had 8 H2 and 5 O2. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you to see what happens if I change these molecules, I change what's there, how many molecules am I going to get to form, and then how many leftovers am I going to have? So if I go ahead and hit play, you're going to start to see them react. So you see 2 water molecules have formed, now another 2 water molecules have formed, and then another 2 water molecules have formed, and now your reaction is complete. So you can hit pause, and then you can count how many water molecules there are and what you have left over. And if you have things overlapping, go ahead and hit pause at a different point. And so then you can count how many water molecules there are and how many of each thing you have left over. Okay. And then you're going to determine, okay, so what was your limiting reactant? What's your excess reactant? Whatever's left over is excess. Whatever is used up is your limiting reactant, because that's what controlled your reaction. So you're going to do this with the water simulation, and then you're going to move on to your carbon and hydrogen becomes CH4. So you're going to have carbon and H2 becomes CH4, and you're going to adjust things again. So you're going to have 14 carbon and 10 hydrogen. So again, you adjust that this way. 14 carbon, and then you're going to have 10 H2, okay? And then when you're ready, you're going to go ahead and hit play, and you're going to let the whole reaction take place until the reaction is complete. Now, my reaction is not complete here, but I wanted to pause it so that you could complete this entire reaction and give me your answers here. Okay. Now you're going to have these different simulations here or different situations. And what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to determine if I have 5 O or C's and 6 O2s, how many CO2s can I produce? If I have 4 NAs and 8 Cl2s, how many NaCls can I produce? And what I'd like for you to pay attention to is what's your limiting reactant and what's your excess reactant in all of these situations. Then after you've completed that, I would like for you to do a full CER. So your claim evidence reasoning. And in the past, I've had you do this as a full paragraph. In this section or in this lab, I'm having you chunk it out. I'm having you give me your claim. What is your evidence that you have for this? You could even draw a diagram for your evidence if you would like, and then give me your reasoning, explain why the evidence supports your claim. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Let me know, and I will try to help you the best I can. Thank you.